welcome to Melanin Monday. This is episode 6. Can't believe we've done 6 episodes already. That's really cool. Today we have Amy. Amy is an ex-student or like co-student of mine. What's called like a peer. She's a cool friend, cool girl that I know. We went to school together. We were in a production together at Berkeley, at the Berkeley Performing Arts Center. It was super fun. I'm actually forgetting what the show was right now. I think it was the Icons tribute show, and it was really, really fun. And she killed it, of course, because she sang. But yeah, today we're talking with Amy because she has just opened up a virtual vocal studio, which is really cool. A vocal music school and studio, and it's really, really super awesome. So while I wait for her to request to join, make sure you guys come in. Oh, there she is. And we're gonna get this started. Let's see. That was a good catch. You guys didn't see that, but I almost dropped my water bottle.
Hey!
Oh my God!
So
Glowing, yes! She found the light. She said,
Thank
wait, give me a second. I need this light. You look absolutely gorgeous,
Thank
by
you.
the way.
You too. Likewise. Yes, brave.
Thank you. Oh my God, yeah, I remember I was in Boston, I think like maybe a month and a half ago, and I saw you. And you were
I was like,
it was at the twist.
I love them.
Thank you. So how are you? First of all, how's everything?
I'm good. Wow, things have been
Yeah.
not ideal to say the least.
Mm.
It's been a very draining past couple of months, but I'm hanging in there by the grace of God.
Awesome. Yes,
Yeah.
we love that. We love to hear it.
How are you?
I am doing the same, girl. I am making the most with what we have this year and just kind of chugging and trying to connect with people. A virtual audience, a virtual presence seems like the way we're gonna do it. So
Yep.
just trying to connect with people that I've met who are starting their own businesses, who are trying to like get their businesses together, and like just trying to like learn from them, help other people learn from them. So that's why I asked you to join me today, and I'm really glad
Thank you so
that.
much.
Yes, I'm so glad you're here. So let's first start off with like a little bit about you. So, where are you from?
So I am from Nairobi, Kenya, born and raised.
Hey, nice.
Yeah, so I just came to the States for school.
Oh, awesome. And you went to what school? Sorry, what school was that?
Boston Conservatory at Berkeley.
Yes.
Yes. Woo, 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 Berkeley gang.
And so what was it exactly that you studied?
I studied voice performance, classical voice performance.
Okay, classical. Okay, cool. So how long would you say you've been doing like classical music and vocal performances?
Yeah, actually not too long. I think the first classical piece I ever sung was freshman year of high school.
Oh,
And it was
wow.
a really simple, like Henry Purcell song. Really easy. But then I really got into it my junior year of high school. Yeah, that's when my voice teacher introduced me to like arias and opera, and yeah, I was like, I think I like this.
You're like, I'm gonna get to it. Okay, cool. I mean, so before that, were you always singing? Like, how long have you been doing like music?
Yeah. So I guess, for the longest time, like most singers say, since we were like little girls, little boys. But yeah, I've always remembered singing from as far back as like second grade is the first time I sang, and my teacher was like, "Oh, you have like a nice voice." And I was like, "What does that mean?" But I kind of like this instrument and singing. So that's when I was like, maybe I'll keep singing for people and not just my shower.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So like, what inspired you? So today we're talking about the school, the virtual kind of online music lessons that you're giving and everything like that.
Yeah.
So what kind of inspired you to start, like what went from like to like vocal performance to like getting you into teaching?
I really just enjoyed my vocal pedagogy class my last year at the conservatory, and I was like, wow, this is all making sense. All that we've been training to do, the
Mm,
pieces started connecting, and I was really inspired to really just take this work and explore it more, study it more, and then pass it on. Because
mm,
that was my goal from the beginning. If I'm gonna be blessed with this opportunity to study music, what I love, I want to train and be really excellent at it so that I can help people be really excellent at it as well.
mm,
Yeah, I never want to be like stingy or selfish with good information that can be so
mm.
helpful to other singers.
Yeah, that's awesome. So would you say that's your kind of like your teaching philosophy? Like, could you give us let's get a little tagline. Like, what's the teaching philosophy of Amy?
In one sentence, learning to sing healthily for as long as you can.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
We
Because,
love this.
a lot of us can carry a tune, but
Yeah.
just learning our instrument and
Mhm.
really spending time exploring what we can do, not in the context of somebody else's voice or anything else, because we don't love comparison. That is
Yeah.
the thief
Yeah.
of all progress.
Yes.
But
That's a good
really,
point.
yeah, really just learning your instrument so that it can serve you well into your 80s, 90s. Yeah.
Mm, I
Yeah.
love that. I love it. Oh well, I'm gonna have to get a lesson from you because
Hey, come through. I know
it's
you're not
been
talking. You have a
it's been
beautiful
a little
voice.
rough. I'm not gonna lie, Amy. So when you were like when was your first vocal lesson? Because for me personally,
Hmm.
like I didn't have my first like private lesson until I got to Berkeley. So that was a really like that was a different vibe for me. Like, would you recommend? Okay, well, let's start off with when did you first have your first lesson?
My first voice lesson, I think, was sixth grade.
Sixth grade. Okay, cool.
Sixth grade. And at that point, it was really just building musicianship skills. So,
Mm,
you know, figuring out how to sight read and then sight sing and all that fun stuff. But when I started to like explore the technical aspects of my voice was ninth grade.
okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so would you say that you take a lot of the tools that you learned even from that first lesson, like in sixth grade?
For sure, for sure. I think what my teacher did for me in sixth grade was just teach me how to approach a new piece, or
Mm,
even selecting music. I was like, oh, I like this song, and I want to learn how to sing it well.
love that. Okay, that's
Hmm.
cool.
Yeah.
And so like what is something when you first give a lesson, when you give your first lesson to someone,
Hmm.
what's your go-to kind of like beginning basic learner advice that you give?
Hmm. The beginning advice, I always say, don't try and sing like somebody else.
Okay.
Yes, and I say that because I wish somebody told me that sooner
Yeah.
rather than later, because I mean, I'm a Beyonce fan
Yeah.
forever, through and through. And like I was really trying to sound like Beyonce for the longest time, learn all her
Hmm.
music,
Yeah.
because she's amazing, incredible
Yeah.
artist.
First of all, yes. We love a queen. She's
We
amazing.
sure do. But I realized that my instrument isn't supposed to serve me like that. She's great at being Beyonce, but I can be great at being Amy and
Mm,
figuring out what Amy sounds like. So I always tell my students the goal is not to sound like insert person here or to sound even like
mm,
me, your teacher.
mm,
Just let's learn your voice and explore
mm.
your voice and learn to love that because it's beautiful, it's unique. No one can sound like anyone else, which is super cool.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. That's really sweet. All right, well, I should have warned the viewers. All right, everybody got their tissues quick. No, I'm just kidding. That's really dope though. So, I was gonna ask you, like, we're gonna get more into the kind of like your experience, especially like learning classical music, especially also kind of like later, a little bit like in high school, like you were saying. I personally, like, when I've seen opera, to me it's a very like white dominated industry, I would say. So
Unfortunately.
yeah, how do you think that, like, is that something that you experienced as well? Like, do you find yourself one of the only like black people, the only people of color in the room oftentimes when it comes to like performances that are classically based?
For sure. I think what sometimes intimidated me about this genre of music
Mm,
was it seemed so exclusive racially, economically. It just seemed like a very like posh,
mm,
highbrow thing to do.
mm,
And I thought that was so unfair and
mm,
alienating and intimidating unnecessarily because it's just music. I don't know
mm,
why we decided to attach all these isms to it that
mm,
isolates so many folks. But I've always then been driven by, you know, entering spaces and proving that, hey, this space is just as much mine as it is yours. So
mm.
I I can't let anyone tell me like, no, you don't belong in this room, you don't belong in this opera or, classical sphere.
Yeah,
Yeah, because it's music and we can all do it and execute it really well.
yeah. And you
Hmm.
do. I've been
Thank you
watching
so
your
much.
I've been watching your senior, listen, y'all. On Facebook, me and Amy are friends, of course, and she be putting her senior recitals. I've been watching them every semester for the past 4 years.
Thank you.
She
Thanks,
kills it. I
sis.
show my mom too. I've shown her like a few. I've been like, Mom, listen to this girl. She can sing.
Man, that's made my whole day. Thank you.
Yeah. No, but it's so true. So like that's really awesome. Like, do you feel like as the years have gone on, do you feel like it's becoming more diverse in this field?
I think it's becoming more diverse, sure, but definitely not enough.
Okay.
I think it's still presented as a very exclusive genre to participate in. But I really thank the people before me who looked like me, other Black classical artists
Mm,
who really insisted on participating in this genre of music and also composed and created, stories that reflected our experiences. That,
mm,
yeah, that really encouraged me. So for the few moments where, I'm the only Black person in the room, or I just remember like I'm not the first one. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna be the last,
mm,
but I can be here because they were here. We'll keep being
mm.
here.
I love that. Yeah, that's really that's I mean, that's true. That's really great that that's the kind of direction that we're going in. Like a very,
Yeah.
an inclusive environment where like I love that.
Mm.
Love it. Um yeah. Speaking of that, are there any like black opera singers or opera composers that are your go-to or that you absolutely love or that anybody who's getting into classical music should totally check out? Because I don't know any like
Ooh. Ooh. Let me put you on.
yeah.
Also, just like my peers currently who are phenomenal classical musicians, if you follow the Black Student Alliance at the conservatory, my goodness, Stefan Davis,
Mm,
Nathaniel Taylor, just really incredible instrumentalists, Imani Francis, Gary Paul, singers, Raven, at least like just wow, they're endless. But my one of my favorite professional opera singers is Pretty Yende.
okay, pretty.
Yeah, she's a South African soprano. I love her voice. I love her energy. Just a good human.
That's awesome. See, like that's what I mean. Like I feel like I was never really vocally classically trained like until like Berkeley just a little bit. um, but like that's something like learning. I was like in orchestra. I did other classical, things, and we never talked about that. We never talked about Black composers. We never talked about Black
Yeah,
opera singers, professionals in that field at all. So I think it's really important, especially for people of color and like Black people who are going into this industry to see people and surround themselves with people and with the music of people who look just like them, who are just like them, and just like
for
who
sure.
have similar experiences and stuff. So like that's really important.
It's
Um,
so important.
yeah, yeah. I don't know if also if you want to, I think in the comments you can tag the Black Student Alliance that you're talking about, and
Oh, yeah, let
yeah,
me
so maybe
check.
for the viewers watching, Amy's gonna drop the tag for the people below, and
Yes.
you guys can check them out and like check out some really dope like peers that she went to school with who. No, just kidding.
I love it.
Okay, so let's get back into your school, your music school, your I'm calling it a school because that's what it is. You got the music lessons. So like what kind of lessons do you offer?
So for now, I offer private one-on-one lessons.
Okay.
Yeah, so anybody as young as, 5 to as old as 80. We want to
Awesome.
explore all voices, all ages. Yeah, super inclusive, and I'm definitely trying to insist on a non-ableist studio. So
Oh,
yeah, even non-neurotypical folks, I'm learning and reading how to teach all sorts of students because everybody deserves to participate in singing if they want to.
I love that. Yeah, that's super dope.
Yeah.
Are there other I know you're mostly classically trained. Are these mostly like stylistically classical? Are there other styles?
Oh, no, we'll explore everything. Musical, theater, classical, R&B, soul. I really like to sing other genres too.
Yes.
So,
Oh, I
it's
know,
not
girl.
exclusively classical.
I've heard you. Wait, okay. So this is also what I wanted to ask you. You and I were
Uh-huh.
in a show together, like freshman year. I think
Yes.
it was the Icons tribute show. Is that what it was? Okay.
Yep.
And you sang. What song did you sing? You sang like a blues. I thought.
Yeah, I sang a James Brown song. This is a man's world.
It's Man's World. First of all, yes, she killed it, y'all. She
Thank you,
killed
thank
it.
you, thank you. Autumn killed her song too. Sheesh. That was the first. I was like, who is she?
Yeah, dude, that's how my phone was. I was just like, "Who is this?" Because I knew you were singing classical there. I knew that was something you were doing. So when she bust out the James Brown, I was like, "Wait a second, she could do it. She did. She could sing the skin glowing outfit, and she's sweet." Ladies and gentlemen, she is absolutely sweet, and she's a great. I already know you're a great teacher. Like, I would
So
love to have a
much.
lesson with you at some point. I'm gonna hit you up later.
Got you.
Okay, so that's cool. So you offer all sorts of lessons, range from all ages, all levels, from like beginner to intermediate to advanced.
Yeah.
So um mm, 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 mm. I had more questions. But I can't find them. So that's
That's no
fine.
problem.
So I think we should just like go off the whim. What was your first aria that you had to learn?
Ooh, my first aria.
If you can remember.
It was a French one. And one that I'm still trying to learn and pick apart because I feel like learning an aria, oof, you never just learn it once. You can always go back to it and discover more. But it was Je vous vivre
Okay.
from Romeo and Juliet, the opera Romeo and Juliet. Oh, it's such a gorgeous opera, gorgeous song, but it was incredibly hard, at least to my uh, junior high school self. I was like, she's crazy. What does she want me to sing? But my teacher was like, it's okay. We got time.
Listen, I believe it. Was that also your first time learning a song that was in a different language?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. So that was also another challenge. I was like, singing in French. Different from speaking French. I was like, okay.
Yeah. I mean, do you speak any other languages?
I speak Swahili. That's our national language in Kenya, and Luo, my native language.
Oh. So are there any operas in those languages like that you?
Not yet.
Not yet. Oh, someone might be the first to write these down, potentially.
Maybe, but if there are composers already doing it, I champion it. I would love to support and sing. So, yeah, we need more stories.
That would be awesome. Yeah, I've never heard of like an opera in Swahili. That would be texture. That would be
for real
culture. You know what I'm saying? Like, that'd be awesome. So since your first aria in French, how many arias in how many different languages have you learned? So we have French, German.
Yep, German. I learned that I think that was my favorite aria to sing. It was called Beste Jüngling.
Oh, okay.
And I learned an English arietta from the Pirates of Penzance. I think most people know that.
Oh, okay, okay. Okay,
Yep.
I heard a little bit of that. I heard a little bit.
I liked that one. Italian. I learned a couple in Italian.
Mm.
But my favorite one was probably Batti Batti o bel masetto.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's Italian. Oh, that's cool.
Italian. Yeah. So those are a few of the ones that are coming to mind now. Yeah.
Wow, that's really cool. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, my freshman year, we had to learn the arias, and I was like, "What is this? What?"
Hey.
And I'm trying to remember. Dude, I think I blocked it from my memory. So I was like, that was
You're like, I'm good. I
terrible.
did it.
Well, oh yeah, it was the class. It was Caro Mio Ben. I had to do a little bit of that.
That
Like,
is
first of all, it's a beautiful piece. That's the thing. I was just like, this is gorgeous, but maybe get someone who can do it.
I'm sure you
like,
killed it. That's a good song for you too.
I think it's a beautiful song. It was really pretty. It was just the pronunciation, like you said, like the learning songs in different languages. It was just like an adjustment, and I definitely like it. You learn a lot. You learn a lot from that. So like, honestly, guys, if you're trying to learn how to sing different language, bet you get somewhere with that.
For sure. I remember freshman year, because that was the first time I was also like asked to sing a proper aria for people. And I think it was O mio babino caro.
Oh my god. That's my mom's favorite song, first of all. She literally plays that every time she showers. It's really fun.
It's so good.
It's very good.
So
oh my god,
good.
I can totally hear you. Ugh. You would kill that, but that's dope.
But yeah, I remember learning it. I was like, oh dear goodness, the language. And as a freshman, you're like, wait, what? There's so many elements to pick apart. But I'm telling you, with singing, it's just, this whole, you have to just take time with it, be patient, and yeah, it comes eventually. You're like, oh, now I was like, oh, it wasn't too hard, I
Yeah,
guess.
that wasn't too bad. Yeah, I feel that. But that's really
Yeah.
cool that you brush up on it, because like I know that that's very important, especially like I don't well learning a different language, especially that's not yours. Like you have
For
to
sure.
be practicing it for sure. Especially, yeah. So that's really cool. I mean, okay, that's a good. If someone's trying to learn something in a different language, what's your kind of approach when you confront something like that? What's your first step? Do you look up the translation? Do you know?
Yep, definitely look up the translation first. And I remember we were really encouraged to write out the word for word translation. And then do a poetic translation, because it doesn't help to just define every single word but not understand what the piece is saying.
Yes.
Yep. And then for those of us that spoke another language, we were asked to translate in our native language. So you really understand it even before you begin to practice pronouncing the Italian or the German or the Spanish, the French. It was just like really know the piece and then start looking at the language and then pairing notes last.
Yeah,
so
I love that.
Translate first.
Yeah, translate it first. Yeah, because I think it's really important with the song, the emotion that is kind of, in my opinion, a little more important than the accuracy of the notes. But I know classically the notes are also super duper like pretty important. Like
true. But can you imagine singing for an Italian speaking audience and you're singing Italian? I bet they are keenly listening for diction and pronunciation, more so than even the notes sometimes. So you really want to honor every language.
I agree. Have you ever heard I think Aretha Franklin did an opera. She replaced Pavarotti because he was sick at some award show, and she sang his famous song, like the I I don't know if you know that song, but it's like
I
a
feel like
famous.
I feel like I know which one you're talking about.
Do you
It's
know
like
what?
"Es un dorma," the really grand
Yes, yeah, and at
one.
the
Yep,
end, he's like,
yep.
yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah,
I have seen that. I was like, wow.
yeah.
And I love to see artists of different genres step into different.
Yes.
I was like,
That shocked her performance shocked
sing.
me. Like she did the riffs. She was like, oh, and I was like, okay, Aretha,
Yes, I
like
was
sing
like,
it.
make it your
Make
own.
it your own. Like I love that. I love that. So like that was like a cool. I always think of just kind of being able to make your own spin on it, especially like if it seems like I feel like when you first start out learning and they teach you the basics and they give you arias, it's to show you kind of the technicality behind how to sing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but then when you kind of develop your own style, you want to kind of mesh that a little bit together to be able to like make something new, make something interesting and stuff.
Yes. And I love that approach to classical music. Just, yeah, really making it your own or refreshing some pieces. And I know there's also a culture that really insists that you honor the notes and the dynamics and everything on the score as written by the composer.
Mm-hmm.
I get that. But in more contemporary classical music, why can't we just express
Express,
more? And
be
like,
expressive.
yeah, I like
Yeah,
that.
I do too. I think that's cool. So the last few questions I have for you. So what is the name of do you have a name for your kind of like music studio teaching?
Oh, so it's AO Studio,
AO
Amy
Studio.
Onyoni.
I love that. AO
Studio.
Studio.
Yes.
And so where can people find information about like, pricing or how to call you, how to contact you and everything like that?
For sure. On Instagram, let me drop it in the comments.
Drop it.
But
AO
it's
Studio.
mm-hmm.
Beautiful. I actually really like that. That's super dope. Rolls very well off the tongue. Super dope.
Thank you. We workshopped it a little bit. Thank you. So on Instagram, I am at AmyO_studio.
Awesome.
Yeah, but folks can always email me at info@amyonyoni.com.
Awesome. Okay,
Yeah.
great. And real quick, do your lessons, are they like 30-minute? Are they an hour? Are they different for whatever anybody needs kind of thing?
So we have different packages, 3 of them. So there is 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and 1 hour.
Okay.
Yeah. And they're all on a weekly basis.
Okay, awesome. Yes. Okay,
Yeah.
that's super dope. So there's variety, there's all this stuff, and it's with Amy, guys. Like this is a field. This is amazing. Like she is a beautiful, radiant light, talented as hell, patient as all ever. Well, I think she's patient.
You're
like,
too
oh
kind.
My God, no,
I feel so special.
You are. Listen, she is great. Please check out her Instagram. Please check out also all of the links that she has dropped in the comments. That would be really dope. But Amy, thank you so much for being a part of episode 6 of Melanin Monday. It was really, really awesome.
Thank you, Autumn. This is so amazing. I love how you're really showcasing Black excellence. We appreciate it. Yes.
Of course. We're here for it.
A queen who
Thank
is
you.
here for all the Black.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And seriously, good luck with everything. Let me know if you need anything.
Thank you.
If you need more students.
See, I love this. Thank you so much. Thank you for your support and all your kind words. And thank you for being so great and so excellent at all you do. I am so inspired. Today, incidentally, I got a Facebook notification that I am one of Autumn Jones' like biggest fans. So I can get a badge for that. I was like, they right. I am a huge fan.
They're not lying. Oh my God, that's
They're not
awesome.
lying.
Oh, that's really sweet. Well, no, Facebook might not have told you, but I'm also a big freaking fan of you. So I'm really happy for you. And please,
thank you so much.
Be safe. Keep doing what you're doing. I wish you all the luck and all the luck, okay?
Yes, keep shining, my dear.
Thank you.
Bye.